and actually gets the checkmate. So bishop, and then bishop right there, and queen checkmate. And we also have the result for this game too. So here, this is also a weird checkmate, but yes. He gets up a queen. So right here, there's a big blunder right here. So I guess white did not see that the bishop would still be attacking the queen. And there goes the queen. Alright, so let's go to the last three games of this round. Alright, so here we have black, Polka with the black pieces and Spooderman with the white pieces. So here we have two knights for, okay, so Polka is actually up a knight, a minor piece. So he actually has two knights, and while Spooderman only has one white bishop. But in compensation, white has actually a bunch more pawns. So you see how many pawns he has? There's like that many chances of getting another queen. So it's like if white storms the barricade with just a bunch of pawns, he should be able, or they should be able to win this game. But right now, if black plays it right as well, then they should be able to do some nasty tactics with those two knights. But right now, they're on pretty weak squares. They're not doing much right now. So here, you want to take more space and play e5 instead of taking, because that would actually help bring one of his knights to the center. But let's see what white does. We'll go to the next game. So here, oh wow, they're up one rook, and this pawn's about to promote. So this is going to be a very tough match for Sid, but right now it's looking good for Nigel for, I hope I'm saying that right. Okay, so now we have Kipasor. Oh wait, are they? Let me check. Okay, no, it's just my side. Alright, so, oh, okay, so we have a blunder of the queen, but actually, no, it was a queen trade. Let me get this right. So, takes, okay, so right here, pawn, okay, so here, yeah, that was a big blunder. What you actually wanted to take down there was the bishop, and then it would have come with check too. Oh, but, okay, so white still takes the win, no, black still takes the win with the checkmate with the bishop and queen. Okay, so let's go to the last two games. Only two more games left, folks, before we start the next round. Okay, so knight. Okay, so actually we have a pretty nice move for white here. Here, white has to go right there. Okay, so that wasn't the best move, because here, when white goes here, he actually puts pressure on this knight and actually attacks this knight at the same time, and he also attacks this pawn. So this was like a triple attack at the same time. And right now, this bishop isn't doing anything, and by moving this knight, or moving this pawn up, he actually gives black a spot to move their knight. Okay, right here is not good for, this is not good for black. Here, if white takes that knight, okay, so that is definitely different. So right here, this knight is still hanging. So the only spot for that knight to really go now is either here or here, but it'd be much better to play right here. That way it can actually have more activity. So then you can bring this knight to defend it and basically have a chain, if you will. And like we can even try doing sneaky tactics like attacking here. So then we get the fork. But we'll see. Okay, let's go back to the other game. Here we have, okay, so we have the king into the center, something we don't usually want to have. But here actually we have a nice possible tactic that can happen. But it kind of needs a little more something. So here we would have a discovered check, and this pawn is actually hanging right now. So somehow if black somehow reaches the end, it's possible, but right now it's looking like white can just get a queen and then easily put the finishing touch on checkmate. Okay, so wait, white can put the finishing touch on checkmate. Okay, so let's go back. So we're back here. Black is still deciding what to do here. So there's a couple moves, but this knight is under threat. That's like the most important one. So if knight goes here, we basically have a very strong knight there. And there's actually a lot of pawns. So here we have 2 pawns versus these 5 pawns. The thing is, if black lays this right, they can easily win. Here, you do not want to move your queen there, or else we have that nasty fork. Attacking the knight, no, the queen and king, and basically you lose your queen, and that's not going to help at all. So what should white do here? Here, white isn't at the best position. They have to just keep on pushing. They have to just keep on pushing, hoping that they can get their pawn passed. And once they get it around here, they should be able to easily Okay. Remember what I said before? Let's see if black finds the move. So, let's see if black finds the move. They found it. They found it. So, let's go on to the other game. Okay, so right now we have... Okay, this was a free pawn. No clue why it wasn't taken, but... Here, we have the king staying back. Pawn, maybe trying to go there. So, they can still keep on pushing, and I don't think there's any way for black to actually stop it from becoming a queen. If white just starts pushing right now. So, yeah, computer shows a mate in 9. And this shows a mate in 8. So, okay, so actually there's a nice little tactic here, a puzzle. So, here, there's a way to actually pin this rook. So, here what you wanted to do is move your queen to b8. That way, you would have x-rayed this rook and king, so this rook wouldn't, it's called a pin, so this rook wouldn't be able to move at all. And the only way to actually defend it would probably be to move your bishop there, but then you just take the bishop. And now the rook loses its defender and you get the rook. But, let's continue. So, queen takes pawn maybe? So, here, okay, queen takes pawn. So, here, we have this is going to be really tough for white. All black has to do is keep on going for the checks, and they can actually get like a 2-rook checkmate, or like a version of it. So yeah, rook right there, queen check, and then rook right there. That's game. But let's see what black does. Let's go back to this board. Okay, so yeah, white is still pushing up their pawn, and black has to hope some miracle happens, because it's not looking really good right now. But you never know. It's possible. There's always the chance that your opponent like stalemates you instead of checkmate, and a stalemate is way better than checkmate, because in a stalemate you just get 0.5. It's more of a draw than it is checkmate. So check right there. So now the king has to go to one of these squares, or else it'll be just checked again. Here would be a big blunder though, because then rook check, and then we have that attack on the rook. So they move their king there. Okay, so then rook's probably going to go back there to check again. And I guess we'll see. Alright, so let's look at this game. Okay, so they didn't see the mate. So, check. Probably bring their rook back. And then, if they do this 3 times, then it'll be a 3-move repetition. And actually no one wins this game. It'll be a draw. So, here, we still have that thing right here. This is actually checkmate in 1 move. So, if black sees this, it's game over. Okay, they still haven't seen it, but if this happens a couple more times, this is going to be a draw. Black's going to have a winning position, but because of 3-move repetition, they will not win the game. We'll see. So, that's 2, I believe. Oh, okay, they brought the knight back. Okay, they're changing it up. They're changing it up. Okay, so they still have a checkmate in 2 now. Queen right there. And then they bring their rook down to f3. Because then, when you move your queen to f2, king only has 1 spot, h3. Okay, this is a big blunder. This can actually change the game. Okay, oh my. So now, white has a really strong chance. With this pawn being all the way up here, all white has to do is protect and attack. But will white be able to clutch this? So, wow, okay. It's definitely possible for black to still... Okay, so yeah, this is why you have to be careful of the blunders. They're really dangerous. Okay, so let's go back here. Okay, so white just got his queen, right? So, and I'm guessing they just got checked right now. So here, it is possible. If white messes up and moves their rook there, and then king comes here, and white just makes a move that doesn't really check anything, there's checkmate with the back rank, or the 1-rook checkmate. It's a pretty weird position. They can even do it by moving the king here, but they're not moving this rook, so it's not going to be possible. Here, black doesn't have that many moves left. If they... Okay, so they did check. King goes to its only spots. These 2 spots. here would be a better spot, so then it would kick out the rook, not allowing it to move into these 3 squares, so then it has to come into one of these, which is into one of these two. Otherwise, it'd be taken. Okay, let's go back to the other game. So, okay, so he's protecting his pawn. Okay, here, all white has to do is push. If white pushes, they're going to be able to trade their pawn for knight. And it's definitely possible to win with these 3 pieces versus 2 pawns and a rook. So let's see what happens. So pawn promotes, and then knight will probably take back, and rook will take back with check. And then if the rook takes back one more time with check, no, rook goes back one spot with check, they can actually take this pawn right here. And they'll be up a pawn, and they'll also be threatening to take this piece right here. So rook check. Let's see if they see this. So rook check, and then take pawn. We'll see. Okay, so let's check out this other game. So we have check. Black has this move right here. Other than that, there is no move. Because each other... Okay, so they can actually take the pawn. So they only have these 2 spots right here. If they take the pawn, it'll take a while to checkmate. Maybe 3 moves, according to the computer. So we have check here. King goes down there maybe. Check there. And rook goes up, and that's checkmate. Such a weird... No, it won't be checkmate. It'll be check and then checkmate. But white has to be careful. Because if they accidentally get black into a spot where they can't make a single move... Remember, black still has their pawn, so if they want to try to go for stalemate, they have to get rid of their pawns. Otherwise, it's not looking good for black. Alright, so yes, right here. Rook takes pawn. That's nice. Rook goes down here. So it's attacking this bishop. And let's see what... So if you move here, that's a blunder right there. Because rook can go up with that pin. Here, you want to move somewhere around here. That way it doesn't really get attacked. Or you can even move your rook there, just so you can protect your bishop. And maybe bring your bishop to a better spot. So there's a easy way to do something like this. You just push your pawn up, and then connect your bishop with it. That way they form like they become really hard to break open, because one is protecting the other. In the end, we just have to hope that in the end, all that matters is if each side knows how to do the one rook checkmate. Let's go back here. Okay, white wins by resignation. Okay, so that puts an end to this game. So yeah, black just had no pieces left. It was just a matter of time. So we only have 1 game left, and then the next round starts. Okay, game over. And okay, black wins. So let's see what happened here. Oh my, that was a lot of moves that very quickly. So okay, we have a big blunder right here. So check, king, and I guess they didn't see this, and that was it. So actually, there's actually a pretty easy way to draw this. Okay, and that's actually where it hurts, because now that's free bishop. So that's it, and yeah. So yeah, the next round should begin. Oh, they've already begun. Okay, so let's watch these. Wow, they already started. Wait, whoa. Okay, so we've got, I think everyone that signed up should be in. Okay, so yeah, I'm pretty sure everyone should be in. Okay, so yeah, we have a couple more games inside now. So we got, okay, so this is a discovered attack on the queen. Let's see if white sees this. So actually, you do not want to bring out your queen for this reason, because black can easily develop their pieces while attacking your queen. So you see how right now black is already castled, brought their knight to the center, and they just look strong all around, while white hasn't moved any other pieces other than the queen. So this isn't looking good for white. All black has to do is keep on developing, and the tactics will become very, very easy to find. Alright, so let's go to the next game. Okay, so here I'm guessing we had an e6 and the e4, e5. So that actually blocks the bishop, but we'll see what happens. So bishop goes here. That's the best move. So if knight goes here, then they attack the bishop, but it's protected by the other knight, so that's okay. Oh, they're going for the pawn on f7. Okay, you actually do not want to do that, because if they take there, then your plan's basically foiled. Yeah, so yeah. So now knight comes to d4, which is actually a really nice square, since it can't be attacked yet by any other pawns. And you kind of doubled your own pawns right there. And it also allows for moves like f4 to take up more space on the king side. Okay, so let's go to this one. Alright, so right here, we have a bishop. He's attacking the bishop. And the pawn, okay, so this one's wild. Black's attacking the pawn. Knight's, so there's actually a way to help or stop both. Okay, that was not it. You had to move d3. That way you can defend the pawn and the knight. But b3 also works if you want to go bishop there and then castle. So here, you don't usually want to move your knight to a4, because then you actually leave. Remember, whenever you move your piece, you have to watch out for what you leave unprotected. And right there, you just leave this pawn on e4 unprotected. So now we have the double attack right here. And then let's see what black does. Alright, so here, okay, this is odd, but we have a 2-pawn. Okay, so here, white has to find the best move. If white finds this move right here, they basically get a fork, and the only way for black to come out of it is they actually have to lose their queen. Because other than that, there's no other piece that can take it, and it would be technically checkmate. So, yeah, so here you don't want to move the knight back. This was already looking good this is looking okay for black. All they had to do here was maybe push pawn and develop, and that would have been okay. Okay, so let's go to this one right here. So, okay, so white's already taken their rook. So let's actually, you know what? I want to see what the chat looks like. Okay, so it's a lot of emojis, K's, and a lot of words. Okay, so here we have knight in the center, bishop right here, and this knight is actually trapped. All they have to do is make a bishop and take that knight, like most bishop moves. But white is already planning b4. So here, the best move would be to play a5. That way, if they do take, but the only problem with that is then they kind of have defense over this. So black has to either take this bishop right here, takes back, right, and then bishop comes right there. Okay, this does, because now white can just take the bishop and the pawn on d5, and then they can start protecting their knight. And yeah, so right now black's one whole rook down, and I think white might be able to get their rook back. Well, we'll see. Let's go to this board right here. So, okay, so this is interesting. So here we have black with a lot of missing pawns, right? So we have 3 missing pawns on black side and only 1 missing pawn on white side. The thing is, for black, they have a lot more development here. So they have diagonals attacking all over the place, right? So they have a lot of activity, but the thing is, their structure is pretty fractured. And simple moves like that, maybe. So here, what you actually want to do is probably help out the knight. So maybe knight there, or you can do a sneaky attack and just do bishop right there. But that would result in queen there, and so not really. So here, maybe move your knight back. But here, it's looking good for black because they have a lot of pieces out. All they have to do is try to use those pieces. That's going to be the difficult part. Okay, so here we have a black knight versus a white rook. So that's the only difference I can really see. That's other than the pawn, but other than that, it looks better for white here. This pawn is being attacked, but this knight is defending, so we don't have to worry about that much. But we have to worry about this pawn more, because one of these pawns are going to fall. If knight goes there to... Okay, so this pawn is going to fall, because knight wasn't there to protect it. There's nothing protecting it, right? And we can't do a simple move like that, because even if we take, right, then actually... Okay, so yeah, because even if they take... let me go back. So yeah, even if they take, right, and then rook comes down with check, and then takes the knight, and then goes back for the pawn. So that would have been like amazing for white, but that's okay. We'll just go to the next game. Okay, so here, ooh, we have a sneaky tactic here. So I'm gonna give you a couple seconds to figure it out, but so okay, so here, what you want to do is you want to push. Okay, oh wait, it was black's turn. Okay, so that makes much more sense. So here, yeah, you want to do that. So let's say it was white's turn here. What you wanted to do is check, king goes there, and then knight check, and then you take the queen. With bishop, you kind of block that whole attack because now your king can come here. So let's see what happens. Here, it's looking much better for white. They have 2 rooks, while black only has 1 rook. So we'll see what happens. Okay, so we're back into this game, I think. Let me see what this game looked like before. Okay, so it was the a5. Okay, so king moves there, opting not to castle. Knight. Okay, so we attack this rook right here. Rook protects itself. Knight goes to the center, and this is it. So actually, this is gonna be a good trade for black here because they're gonna get up on material. Pawn takes, and bishop takes or rook takes. It doesn't matter. Both of them will basically give you a material advantage. And here, both sides are pretty same in terms of development because knight and rook aren't developed, and the bishop and rook aren't developed. This queen actually has some activity compared to this queen because like of the open file, but other than that, there's not much. Okay, so we've got queen. Oh yeah, this is okay. So let's see. Yeah, so this isn't looking good. There's actually a mate in one right here, queen h8. Okay, so I guess they didn't see it, but yes. Yeah, this is tough. If you don't see forks like that, they can really hurt you. And that's why tactics are important. Alright, so okay. I guess they gave up the queen. So here, what happened here? Okay, so he was okay. So bishop takes. Knight. Okay, and then they blundered. Okay. So knight takes that pawn. So we have that nice knight that's there. It's not protected, but it's still nice. Okay. Okay, so you don't want to do that. Here, a more better move, or not more, I don't think that's a word. A better move would have been to move your queen out, like just maybe here or here. Like into any of these spots would have been better than taking. It's okay if you lose a pawn, because a queen's worth much more than this rook and a pawn. So, yeah, we'll see. But still, black is still up on material. They have a knight as well as these 2 bishops, and white only has these 2 bishops. Black has 2 bishops and a knight. The only problem is if black doesn't give their spot a king, like breathing room for their king, they can also be back rank mated. So let's go to, okay, what's going on here? What just happened? So there was a lot of activity in this position. Okay. Oh, they didn't see this. So, okay, so it's game over. So here, let's go back. Alright, so right here, this was a big blunder, because then we have the 2 knights. A better move would have probably been queen there, but There's just too little material. So if, like, the knights weren't protecting, maybe it would have worked, but that's it. There was nothing. Yeah, this was just blunder. Okay, so here, uh-oh. I don't know how to go back. Okay, you know what? Okay, so here, what we wanted to do is actually, we just wanted to move our knight somewhere. Here, moving the knight even to this square would have been okay. That way we can attack the knight and then try to go back to d4 and attack this pawn. So, like, it's a lot of rerouting, but as long as you get your knight into a nice square. But, yeah. That's the result for one game. We still have 5 more. Okay, so this is another game. So Akshaj gets checkmate. Okay, so we have a knight and pawn ending game. So let's see what happened. Oh wow. Okay, so he pulls it out. So rook. So this is a nice tactic right there. Takes, and Akshaj. Okay, so he has the knight, and then he just slowly. So yeah, here you don't really want to trade. You just want to go for it, because then one pawn is much more harder to promote with. But yes, this still works, because they've got a knight, and white does not. Okay, that's 2 games down, and another game's also finished. We'll look at this one too. So here, this is a checkmate. Okay, so yeah, we were just looking at this one actually. This was the one with the little puzzle. Check. Okay, so he goes there for that check or that check. Check, and then the other rook goes. Okay. Rook, okay. And then check, and then they bring their queen there. Checkmate. So here, it's just not the best. Here, maybe bishop there might have done something. Attack, put more pressure on this rook. Or even if pawn pushes, then there was just too little material for this. Just too little material. Just too little material. Okay, so let's go to the next game. Right here. Oh wow. White doesn't have any pawn on the queen side. So here we've got 3 minor pieces, 3 minor pieces. Black is up 4 pawns compared to white. So it's looking really good for black. But white it's still possible for white to win. So no clue what this is for. So here pawn maybe there would have been would be a good attack. Would be a nice pin there too. Or even bishop and bring it there for that pin. So it's definitely possible with the king out. There's a lot of puzzles for black here, and for white, since their pieces are out, they're gonna have to start attacking, but they don't want to trade. If they trade, it'll hurt them much more. So, yeah, this isn't the best trade, because then we have things like here we can do take the bishop right, pawn takes back right, and then we can try doing something. We take back there, and then we can do check and attack the king. So that's kind of complicated, but yes, bishop takes, pawn takes, bishop takes there, pawn, knight takes, and then we have queen check, and it'll attack the knight and the king at the same time, so you get the knight. Okay, so another game has come to end. Let's look at this one. So yes, this was a tough fork right there. Okay, and we had mate in 1, but didn't see it. Check, bishop takes, pawn goes up. So king goes there, bishop. Okay, this is getting pretty squeezed in. Check and mate. So they don't have any spots to go. So we only have 2 games left before the start of the next round. Right now, Kgrox and Akshaj G are on 2 points each, and we'll see who else reaches 2 points from these 2 players, or from this game right here. So, yeah, white still doesn't have that many pieces, and black just has a lot of pawns, just a lot of pawns. Let's see what black will do. They have to come down for the attack as fast as they can. Okay, so check. That's a strong way to start. And then maybe king down there, or king there. So this is just going to be really tough for white, unless black makes a blunder, which we've seen it. It happens. We'll look at this game. Okay, so 2 bishops for black and 1 bishop for white. We've got 4 pawns on each side. So it's looking for better for black already. So here what we want to do is actually we want to simplify. We want to try to trade our bishops because we have much more points than the other side. So we want to try going maybe g5, check. And if they actually try to run away, we can even go g3 and go for the checkmate. So I think I can. I think it should allow me to show you guys. To go here, right? Oh, okay. That was the actual move that happened in the game. Okay, so yeah. So then we have. Wait, what's going on? Okay, so we have bishop there, right? Pawn goes up. We want to move our bishop right there, pin it, so that they can't move that bishop anywhere. And once we do that, there's only going to be a rook and bishop versus pawns, which is going to be pretty easy because the rook has much more ability than the pawns. Okay, so let's go back to the other game. Okay, so right now, ooh, this isn't looking good. Right there, okay, yes, they just took the free queen. And now this bishop's hanging. If they move this knight out, there's checkmate in 1. And if they try moving their king, rook, queen takes rook. So there's a lot of threats out here. So just way too many. It's gonna be okay. Okay. So that didn't happen. Check and then checkmate. Okay, so they play there. That's actually the better move, and it should end the same with knight g4 and then queen g2 or queen f3, queen g2. Mostly it'll end with queen g2. So let's go to the other game. This game is over. This is the last game. Okay, so check, king goes back. Okay, so this is gonna be this. Okay, so right here we actually had check, king goes back, and check, and he would force the bishop trade. So there's no other spot for this king to go other than these 2 squares. So a check right there would have taken this square away, and it would have only had 1 square left, where you could just do a discovered check. So we'll see what white does. Okay, they move there. It can still happen. Check right there. King has to go up because that's the only spot. And once king goes up, bishop check. Okay. So bishop takes back here. And then we have. So this is a dark squared bishop. So there is no way this bishop is going to be able to pass this pawn because these 2 bishops. No, this pawn is on a light square, and this bishop is a dark square bishop. Now he's getting these pieces activated, so they're actually becoming pretty strong. Okay, so this is really dangerous because there's actually a mate in 2 moves. So that wasn't the way to go. Here, what you wanted to do was probably check. Or actually, it's not even a check, I'm sure. I'm pretty sure it's just something like bishop, check there. No, I'm not sure, actually. So, check, and then king goes here, and then check, and then bishop goes there. And that should be game. And honestly, if they really wanted to, they can even put bishop right there. But they just have to go through the extra move of bishop going there. Take mate. Okay, so this should conclude the second round. Let's see what the standings are right now. Okay, so we have 3 people with 2 points, a lot of people with 1 point, and there's still time for these people to catch up. There's a couple that haven't gotten to play, so they didn't get a point last round just because they came in late. But we'll see. Alright, so the new rounds have probably started by now. Any second now. Any second. And they started. Okay, so let's look at these. This game. think I got 5 games down. Six. Alright, so there's 8 games currently being played. Okay, that means there's actually 7. Alright, so okay. We got the classic E4, E5. Okay, so we have the Italian. Okay, same thing. Okay, so here, same thing. Knight takes back, pawn, and we get a pin. So this is not going to be like too big for black, but it's just a nice attack. You can't do it now because it's the knight. This is defended by the pawn. So instead of knight takes, pawn can just take back. Okay, this is going for like some 4-move checkmate stuff, or I don't know. So check. One of these pieces will have to protect, and it'll be a trade. Okay, let's go to the next game. This is looking not good for white. So you don't want to move this pawn up, because this is actually a pretty weak square. And especially with this bishop on a diagonal, this thing is not getting stopped at all. It can even, attacking the knight shouldn't be its main thing. So we have pawn up, and this knight is being attacked. So, it's possible. Okay, so they actually play a very good move. This should stop the queen. Oh, this is a big blunder. This is a big blunder by black. Because now, instead of taking the bishop, they can take the queen. And white just does that. So, this is not going to look good. But we'll see. It's definitely possible, like as we've seen in the other games. Okay, so here, white is definitely dominating the center. Oh, they just did that. Okay, so here they have a bishop. They traded dark square bishops in the beginning. So c5, you don't want to take, because then you help the knight develop when it takes back, and it'll actually attack this pawn as well. Here we want to try to push up and keep on taking more control of the center. So let's see the other game. Oh, we have a nice attack right here. We have a fork. So we're attacking the rook and the king at the same time, and the only way to really protect is with the bishop. So then you can even, like, instead of losing your bishop, you can actually take the knight, which is actually better. Being a whole minor piece is better than having a rook for a bishop. A whole minor piece makes a big difference. More of a difference than having a rook for a bishop or a rook for a knight. Because here you would get a 2-point increase, right? Because the bishop's 3 and the rook's 5, or you could just get 3 points, which is just way better. So let's go to the next game. Okay, what's happening here? So, wow, okay, so knight takes bishop. This isn't looking good for white. So they have actually developed, and okay, so black is definitely attacking with their bishops and knights. Okay, so then knight takes, bishop takes. So here, you don't want to take with the bishop, because this bishop is going to become pretty powerful. You want to take more with the knight or something, but it doesn't really matter. You're getting a whole rook up. So now here, you want to go queen right there. Queen right there, because that way you attack these 2 pawns at the same time, and you threaten checkmate. Okay. And this is still available. And then if knight takes, then king can just move out of the check and still go for the mate. It won't be actually mate, but it'll come really, really close. So let's go back. Let's see how these players are going. So bishop takes. Okay, so we have this game. Pawn takes. Okay, so actually here, what you want to do, there is actually something like this. If knight takes, what you want to do is you play knight that takes that pawn, king takes, queen takes, and you basically bring that queen to the center, or that king to the center. So if they take back with the king, you check. If they don't protect it, then you can take this knight for free. If they do protect it, you add your knight to the attack. It's crazy. So knight. Okay, so this is not looking nice. So here, pawn has to push maybe, knight can go back, but apparently there's mate in 9. So they opted out of not taking the queen, which is a good move. And black wins by resignation. That's the first game. This is the first round? No. This is the 3rd round, first game to have a result. let's see the other games. Okay, so here, oh wow, we have these two players that are almost exactly rated the same. 1033, 1033. So this should be interesting. So here, black has the bishop pair and a nice center control, or a nice space on the queen side. White looks pretty squeezed in. They don't have as much space. They can probably maybe do... They probably have to have a push somewhere. Maybe bishop, pawn, try to get to d4. But here, they have the same amount of pawns. This is just very positional play. This is actually pretty good. So we'll see. Okay, so knight here. This is a queen. Oh, wow. So white does not have a queen. Oh, but instead of the queen, they got a rook. So we have four. Okay, so yeah, they took a rook and a knight for the queen. So that's actually a pretty good trade, and they're up 2 pawns too. So they basically got 5 plus 3 was 8 plus 2 more 10. They got 10 points for that one queen. So it's looking better for white if they know how to play this correctly. Here they want to try to go bishop there and then try to stop that queenside castle, and that'll be really nice. Or even push this pawn up. We'll see. Okay, so here bishop takes, knight takes, and maybe castles or something. Let's go to the next game. Oh wait, we have an end on this game. Let's look at what happened here. Okay, so takes, bishop there, knight. Okay, they actually take the pawn. What's going on? Okay, so here this was just a free pawn. They could just take right there, and I think they would have been fine. But let's see. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I gotta do something. So here they did knight takes. No, they do knight right there. Okay, wait. Let me just open this game. I can't. Okay, wait. Let me look at this. Yeah, it doesn't let me look at it again. But okay, I can look at it. So this is the end, and that's it, I guess, because then queen takes knight. No, knight takes queen. I guess he may have resigned. Okay, so let's look at this thing right here. Pawn. Okay, so I guess he's trying to make a break in the position. If takes, then you want to take with the pawn, but now it becomes dangerous because this is a passed pawn. What you want to do is maybe push d4 so that you can actually get more attack here and weaken the structure or like the defense with this pawn. But we'll see. Maybe white can move their bishop. Black is looking really nice right here, but they don't have this bishop developed. They have to bring it down there maybe, so they can prevent ideas like this and even try maybe one day moving their bishop to b3 and like really getting there. Okay, so let's look at this game. Okay, so what happened here? So it was looking good for both sides, and then it was a check, and I think this was it. Pawn takes, knight here, and check. So then one by one all his pieces were taken. Yeah, here you want to do maybe bishop right there to protect, but yeah. Yeah, so his pieces are going away one by one. Okay, let's go to the next game. Okay, so black is really close to checkmate here, but they have all their pieces right here. This is really strong. Even though white is up points, they've got 2 rooks and bishops and a bishop and knight. White has a lot of attack power. No, black has a lot of attack power. They can straight up take that with check. But we'll see what. So here, there's actually a way to mate. Okay, that is not it. So, yeah, that is actually a big blunder because this is not a checkmate. Because all the king has to do is take the rook. My guess is they thought that this was mate because this rook was somehow protected. And let's see if white discovers that it's actually not a mate. Yeah, they did. And yes, this isn't looking good for black anymore. So we'll look at. Okay, yeah. This game ended by resignation. So queen and rook versus rook, and they also had much more pawns. So understandable. Okay, let's go back here. Uh, ooh, we have a nice attack right there. But this isn't necessarily going to be like an actual puzzle because then the queen can just come down here and protect. Instead, uh, actually a lot of moves would work here. As long as they move their queen to protect the bishop, they should be good. Okay, let me go to get a drink of water. Okay, so I'm back. So yeah, let's see what happens. So, oh wow, two games have already been decided. Okay, so here, let's see what happened. Okay, it was a queen rook checkmate. So yeah, they don't necessarily have to happen while you're playing the game. So check, and then king goes there. Check. Okay, so rook shouldn't. There, I guess there really isn't any move. So rook takes, and then this is gonna be game right here. Okay, so let's go to the next game, or let's see what happened here. Okay, this is also checkmate. Okay, so yeah, I think this was the game that we were looking at. Wait, let me check. Okay, so pawn take. Okay, rook right there. Check, check. Okay. So here, there's actually a fast mate. Here, what you actually wanted to do is something else. Okay, so you actually don't want to do that because that's actually a blunder. Okay, and I guess they didn't see. Check and okay, so here you want to take with a queen, or even take with a pawn and promote to a queen, and that would have been epic, and that would have been mate. But I think yeah. So here, yeah, there was a couple free pieces, but okay, so yeah, this pawn could have taken the queen the whole time though. So okay, there, game. Alright, so now we only have two games left for round 3, and I believe round 4 will start. Okay, so let's look at these games. These actually look pretty positional right now. Ooh. Black here only has 3 minutes on the clock, while Uxtridge G has 11 minutes and 45 seconds. So Uxtridge G definitely has much more time. But they're gonna have to actually use their time because here positionally it looks better for black. Like these pawns are actually not protecting each other, and they can. This is kind of exposing the king a bit. While this king is pretty nice and locked up, the problem is it's also locked up. Bishop has to go here for white and try to make it there, and this will be a really nice square. So here they have opposite bishop, so each bishop won't be able to stop each other. And actually, here white's actually doing a good thing. They're actually stopping the movement of this bishop by actually like putting pawns and blocking it, using pawns to block its way. So, okay, so now black is going to go for this attack right here. Let's see what white does. If white moves their king up, they should be okay, but I think the better move would be to move your pawn to g4. That way you block it again. Okay, so you actually don't want to do that because it still allows for the bishop to move, even though it's not as much. Alright, so let's continue. So let's go to the next game. Alright, so here, we have a quick skewer here. So if we have a check, and we got to take the bishop. And yes, skewer, X-ray, whatever you want to call it, but in the end we get the bishop. And this is just a queen endgame, or queen-king endgame. Okay, so let's look back here. So it's still looking good for both sides. Here, these pieces aren't actually doing anything. They may look developed, but they're really not, because this one's really stuck, while this one is just being blocked by a pawn. Oh, okay, this is a big blunder right here. Rook right here, queen takes, or even bishop takes. It doesn't matter. This is a big blunder. Let's see if white here sees it. So, one second. Okay. Okay, so yes, I am here. Yes, I am here. I am here. Okay. Okay, so chess.com will kick me out. Alright, so we have a queen. I think he's trying to get another queen and basically win with two queens, which is much faster. Okay, so, but it's actually much more dangerous to do it with two queens, because if you mess up, then actually it can become stalemate. That's checkmate in one. Okay, so they're just going to go for queen, check, 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 check. Ooh, so they have checkmate right there. Will they go for it, though? I don't know. So they go for check, and they're probably going to bring it down there. Let's see what black does. Okay, and then king goes there, and then... So we have, like, a two-rook version, kind of checkmate. I guess? What? And then check again. I think almost any check is checkmate here. No, this is a draw! This is a draw! Wait. Never mind. I guess it was just me and my computer. Okay, so, no, it's not a draw. I guess, because I saw it come down here, I was confused. But yes, that's checkmate. So, let's go to the last game. Ooh, okay, so Nigel only has 17 seconds left. Oh, what just happened? So, wait, what happened? I remember getting that rook. I guess it was just my computer again. Okay, so rook. Okay, queen goes there. Okay. Okay, so right now Nigel only has 6 seconds. That's going to be very detrimental. So he has to move. Okay, yes. The time's getting to him. Yeah. So it's not going to happen. Even if Nigel somehow did pull off something, the game's over by time. So all we have left is that's it. That's this round. Let's look at the next round. So we have 3 out of 3. Upshot is 3 out of 3, 2 out of 3. Okay, so these are the standings right now. We have a couple ties here. There's 14 people. Let's see how these next games go. The next game have just started. Alright, so let's go. Um, let's see. This one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Okay, wait, what just happened there? I'm losing it, I think. So, I thought I saw something, but okay, I guess I didn't. Unless I did. Wait, there were 6 games. 15 minutes? What's going on? Did they abort? So let's see. What happened? What just happened? Okay, I'm so confused. Okay, no, never mind. Never mind, I'm losing it. Okay, so let's go back here. Knight. Okay, so here, when you move your knight here, you attack this bishop. So it's imperative that you take it or defend this bishop, and that's exactly what white does. Okay, so you don't want to move your bishop in front of your pawns, because when you do this, you kind of block the development of this pawn in the future, and it's gonna be harder for you to, push into the center. So c3, c6 is probably a decent option right here, and try to bring the bishop back, or because you really want that pawn to move, or else there's no you're not gonna really take over the center. Alright, so let's go to the next game. Oh wow, they're already going in for the 4-move checkmate, I'm guessing. So bishop. Okay, so what just happened? Right here. Okay, so yeah, he actually almost blundered. Bishop takes pawn. There's nowhere for the queen to go, and that's it. But I guess they didn't see it. So, and he protected the pawn, seeing that. And okay, so they keep on developing. Knight goes there, tries to get that sneaky fork, and now it's black's turn. Let's see what black will do. So here it's looking good for black here, because they just have much more pieces in development, while white's positions is all just whack. But here it looks like it'll be much nicer to be white in this position, just because of like, you just have your pieces right there. All you have to do is open your bishop up. You have the attack going. All you have to do is supply the attack. So pawn up, maybe go for the knight. Oh wait, we have a conclusion. Oh, so let's see what happened. Knight. So pawn takes. Okay. So here, what was white supposed to do? So here, actually, what white was probably supposed to do was, I think, pretty sure, it's actually just, I actually don't know. Oh, it's right here. No? I wish I could analyze this game, but I can't. So anyways, let's just go back. Oh no. I can't look at the game. I can't. Okay, yeah, it just does not let me. Okay, so they somehow went in for the checkmate. Okay, so checkmate right there. Yes. So yeah, you have to watch out. That you remember, don't play too fast, or else quick checkmates like this can happen. They're very sneaky. So that's another game gone. So we only have 3 games left, and I think G Crocs is now in the lead. Yes. So K Grox. So let's see. I think we've had a couple more people join. So we had another person join. We'll see how it goes. So we have 3 games left. Let's look at these. Okay, so they actually moved their queen back. So here it's actually a free knight, because even if the bishop goes back, queen has that spot right there. I don't think. Okay, so they did take. Okay. They kicked the knight out, and I have no idea why they brought the queen back. So what actually could have happened is if they just cut off the bishop right here. So if they pushed that pawn up, that bishop would have nowhere to go. So it'd have to move to its only spot where it'd actually be attacking something or protecting something, which would be here. And then if you just attack it with a rook, there's no more spots for the bishop to go. It's actually trapped. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, so I think I scared a couple people there. Okay, so pawn goes up. here this pawn is actually weak. So they left this pawn hanging, which is actually going to be really bad for white over here. Let's continue with the next game. Okay, so here, oh, they don't have their rook. But they do have, look at this. Okay, so this will be funny. This will be fun to watch. So we have two knights and a bishop versus a rook. So this is definitely looking better for black right now. Because you really want these three minor pieces over a rook. You just have to know how to play them. Here you want to try to make them take the center, and you can even go for forks. Knight right here would be extremely strong. Because it would kind of prevent most attacks, because if the queen moves, right, and like leaves the square undefended, we have check. We also have a fork right there, and it's just a lot. It's just a lot. With the knight, there's a lot of tactics. Okay, so here, okay, queen takes queen, and I'm guessing rook will take a rook, but that's intense. That's intense. So now what will black do? So black has to do something here. I mean, not black, I mean white. So here they're up a rook, right? But that's it. They're up a rook and a knight. And in order for them to actually win this, or pull it out of the bag, is they're going to have to go for some nice tactics and stuff. So here, what you really wanted to do, instead of taking with the pawn, you want to actually take with the queen. So that it'll be check, and then you can start going after this pawn, or you can even go after this rook right here. It basically allows you to attack many more pieces at the same time, and you can even push this pawn while you're pinning the knight. So but this is still possible for black here. No, I mean white. It'll be tough, but like in the other games, if there's a blunder, you can't get too overconfident, or else you'll lose. Let's go to this game. Okay, so wow, black is definitely making a comeback. They brought their bishops. These bishops are really powerful. They're attacking. They're basically taking most of the squares of the king. And actually, this is a blunder because this knight is now undefended. I don't know if that's a word, but yeah, this knight is not defended, and it's actually a free knight. It's just going to be the question is how will they keep the attack going? Here, what you want to do is you just want to end the attack. You're up the trade, right? You have two bishops. Oh wait, you're not up the trade. So he just caught up. So here you want to, you just have a really nice position here. But there's not much you can really do. Here you want to maybe attack, pawn up, and there probably will be a trade. But there isn't much with the attack now. Queen takes, king takes back, right? You don't want to do that, or else you lose all your attacking abilities. And maybe queen back here and then pushing up. And that way you you can try to trap this knight, or you have to try to somehow get this bishop out. If you cut this bishop off, right, then you're going to be able to play moves like queen e3 and maybe take the rook. You have to watch out for the knight too. So this is going to be tough for black. Okay, so here, black is bringing out the pieces here. Knight, if they can get that knight there, it'll be super powerful. It'll attack so many nice squares. Let's see what the next board says, or has. Okay, so we have a nice attack on the bishop. So black, oh, what? A check. Okay, so here, you don't want to do that check, because now you actually put your bishop in danger. Before, if you wanted to, you could have taken this bishop and then moved your bishop right there. Taking the bishop and then traded and then moved your bishop right there to block the check. Because this king would prevent check like that. Because the black king, okay, so let me say this quickly. So rook takes back, this rook, so these pieces are gone, and this rook is on f8. Queen takes e4, bishop e2 to block that check, and then if queen tries to go here, they can't really take this rook because of the king. Okay, so let's go back. Oh, this is a blunder. This is Actually, a big blunder. Check and actually checkmate. So yeah, this is because then you kind of sack. This is a blunder right here because this is just a free rook, and actually checkmate is way better because check, and the only way to block that check is by moving your queen down, and then you just take the queen, and then you have this bishop protecting, so it's mate. So this game should come to an end soon. We'll go back to this game. Okay, so okay, so there is a trade that happens. Okay. And it's still looking good for black. The thing is, now they have this weak pawn here that can try to be broken open, but, you know, the bishop's there to protect. And there's just a lot more possibilities here for black, because they can bring their knight, and honestly, they actually haven't castled. So their king is in the center of the board, so if they really wanted to, they can just go all out and start pushing their pawns up and try to hope something works for them. Okay, yeah, so this game is over. Checkmate. Let's look at one of these other games. Let's look at this one. Okay, so it did happen, a version of it at least. So bishop goes there, queen goes there, rook check. Okay, so actually, it actually wouldn't be a bad idea to actually take this rook, because it doesn't matter if you lose your rook, because then you also have the attack on bishop, like bishop right there. Then you can even go for queen, and then go right there. So let's see what else they do. Queen. Okay, rook take. So we have. Oh. Okay. Yes, that's definitely a game changer. And checkmate. Wow, that was a quick. The tides turned really quickly. So yeah. Never be surprised with these games. So pawn takes, bishop, rook, and then here's the big blunder, right here. And that's it. It's almost impossible to win this. It actually is impossible to win this for black, unless like white tries to get himself in mating position. But wow, that was a quick way to turn the game. So why you have to watch out for blunders. So let's see. Okay, so this is the last game. Let's see what happens. This is the last game of the round. Okay, so they're actually gonna go for it. I don't know what they're doing. So maybe knight right there. We'll see. So 7 minutes on the clock and 9 minutes on the clock. Okay, let's see what white does here. So I think they're doing their individual pushes right now. So here, white doesn't want to move this pawn up, or else they have this attack. So they just want to try to push this pawn up. Then they can easily be answered by moving your b6 pawn up. Let's see what white does. Here, white has one pretty good move. That's a decent move. Here, you want to try to go f4, and you want to try pushing f5 and then d5 or e5. So white right now needs to take advantage of open files. That's what they're called. Basically, the whole row. So here, both sides don't have any actual like active pieces. Here they have bishops. They have the bishop pair, which is really powerful. But the thing is, you need to have them in good spots. So this isn't the best move, because this is actually just take. If you just take this pawn right here, there's no way black can really take back. So let's see what happens. Okay, so I'm back. Yeah, so, oh wow, there's been a lot of developments, haven't there? Let's go back to where I was. Okay, so right here, yes, you do not want to take the pawn. This is actually not the best move, because you actually kind of lose a whole knight for just 2 pawns. I guess it still works out though, because you have the bishop pair, so you technically have 2 bishops for a rook, which is also pretty good. Queen check. Okay, so yes, this is actually not good for black at all, because here they have the ability to actually do a discovered check, and they're actually down now. Like even the computer's showing a +3 lead for white. So this is definitely a big change, but we'll see what happens. Rook goes up, queen. Okay, so what? Oh, okay, so that's what's going on. Okay, so rook goes up. They go for the trade. You usually don't want to go for the trade when you have less material, but okay. Here, pawn is being attacked, so you can't move bishop to d6, I mean. So king goes over, queen goes for the trade. They leave this pawn hanging, though, so that's actually kind of dangerous. So he takes the pawn, yeah? And this is what it looks like right now. Wow. Okay. Talking should be a sport. I wonder what the longest talking record is. Okay, so actually, yeah. Here, there's actually something really good for white. Check, checkmate. Right there. It's 2 moves. It's so subtle, but it's so powerful. Because when you move here, you kind of yeah, they see it. So there is nothing for black here. There is no way they're going to be able to stop it. And that ends the 4th round. So now we'll move on to the 5th round. Standings show K rocks 649 at the top. Akshay G is second. Tiger Room's third. And let's start the next round. Ladies and gentlemen, start your clocks. Say good luck, whatever. Start the round. Let's go through each one. Boom. Oh wait, what? Okay. Oh yeah, now it's showing me the peoples. 4, 5. Oh wait, we have only 6 people now. What happened? It looks like a couple people stopped playing or something. I have no idea what's going on. So yeah, there's 2 people that aren't in a match. There's actually a couple people that are not in a match. I wonder what's going on. Okay, so let's go back. Knight. Okay, so we start off with the 4 knights opening. Okay. So we it was actually a Roy Lopez, and then it turned into 4 knights. So bishop goes there. Remember, we still have the same exact thing. Pawn takes, like, knight takes that pawn, right? Okay, or you could just do that. So here we had the knight takes pawn, and then knight takes back, and then we have d4, which basically kind of kicks it out. We have a pin on the knight and bishop. I mean, it's not anything important, like I said before, but still pretty cool. Pawn takes, queen has to come right there. That's the best move. It'll be really dangerous for white. That works too, but they have d4. So here, it's definitely better to play queen to d4. It's kind of weird because you're not supposed to usually move your queen out. But here, you play d4 so that this pawn can't advance d4, and you actually threaten checkmate while attacking the knight. Okay, so let's go to this game. Okay, so we have queen right here. So usually you want to keep on developing. This works too, but it's not the best move. Here you want to try to prevent the castling right there. So you want to go bishop right there, or even rook to e1. That way you get this nice little attack going. Or you can even push d4. Because if they take on d4, then you have rook e1, and basically you have a nice little pin. So let's go to the next game. We have a knight there. Okay, so now we have these 2 knights. We have a nice little pin, but this isn't really going to hurt that much as long as they don't move this queen away. But it's in a pin. So here, it's actually okay. for black to move h6 g5 because they have this bishop protecting the king. So this isn't as bad as it normally is in games where people have their bishop here instead of here, because this bishop actually counts as a better protector because it can actually go back unlike a pawn. Let's go to the next game. So, ooh, black took a free bishop. Okay, so pawn takes queen, and then yes, black takes the bishop, queen, and then they're probably gonna take this bishop as well. But yes. Oh, one game's already over. Okay, so yes. Yeah, the 4-move checkmate, the most deadly mate. Here you want to play. There's actually a couple things you could have played. You could have played knight d6. That would protect this pawn and attack this bishop. But I like d5 the most because it protects your knight and leaves it at the center. And you can even play c3 or even move your knight back, and it actually gives you a nice position. But that's it for one game. We still have 5 more left. Okay, so let's look here. We had a fork. Oh, I guess they traded queens early on. Oh wow, they were copying each other. Okay, so this is interesting. Okay, so here, they had this for turn or so maybe? 2 turns now. Okay, so almost 3 turns. Oh, here, white had the ability to take this knight. It was actually a free piece, but I guess they didn't see that. They played b5. No, b4. Okay, they tried to trap in the knight, which is actually a pretty good job, but remember, they can always take the bishop. Oh, they did not take the bishop, though. So, knight, it's actually looking pretty even, because even though black has all of these pieces aren't really doing anything. So as long as white goes in for the attack, or even trades this bishop for the rook, it'll be okay. So they have their knight in the center, which is pretty nice. Probably their rook. Okay, they actually stopped that. So here you don't want to take either, because then you're going to have doubled pawns on the edge. Double pawns aren't the best structure to have because it's acts like one pawn because they block each other, and you can easily take one after the other. Okay, this is a big blunder right here. Rook takes. Bishop takes the rook, and let's go to the next game. We'll see what happens. So let's see the tournament chat. Okay, so there's not much happening in the chat. So d4. Okay, so we're still stuck at. Okay, so we had d4. Bishop goes back. Queen goes there, and that's a big blunder, and that's it. Let's see what else we can do here. And they go in for the trap. Knight takes. So this is pretty funny. It's like connect 4, but not really connect 4. But yeah, you rarely see structures like this in chess. It happens. It's pretty easy to happen, but it's pretty funny to look at because this is actually pretty bad because it looks pretty solid, but the thing is, they only protect diagonally, so it looks more of like a block. That it actually hurts more than it helps. It's much better to have pawns like this because with those you have to go down the chain just to take them. With this one, you only have to go there, 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 there. It's like a 4 thing. Here you have to go all the way down and then just go up. And we have mate. So let's see. How far was I? Wow, I was far away. Okay, so and then take. We have the block. We take, and then got a lot of trades later, a lot of moves later. They promote and checkmate. Okay. So Akshay takes this round. And let's see how K-Grox is doing. So K-Grox is actually first right now, I believe. Yes. But let's see how they do in this round. So here, knight, bishop, knight. So actually, white is actually not up because they don't have an extra rook. So the rooks don't match, and right now black has the winning position just because of the attack. Here, this is actually a free knight. Free knight right there. And there isn't much that black can quite frankly do. We'll go to white can do. So I don't know. We'll go to the next one because remember, there's always blunders involved. So those really change the game. Okay, so what just happened? A queen trade? Okay, so I think I was out here. Okay, so they traded. Queen goes up, king goes up to protect the pawn. D4, takes. So right now black's the pawn up. They take again. C3, B5, or C6, B5. So they kick the bishop out. Queen goes into the trade. Rook takes the file. They try to go up here for the trade. So you don't want to take usually, but it's in this one it's kind of weird. Because if you take, then you kind of hurt yourself, but at the same time you kind of don't, because then they can just play F3 and kind of block the attack completely and go for D6. You want to try to start attacking the pawns as soon as you can. You don't want to lose the file. So as soon as this happens, F3 is a move, and then D6. Rook D6. Let's look here. Okay, so white has no pieces left. What happened here? So, yeah, you don't want to take there. Here, I think white was trying to go for something like, because here, as you can see, it's two rooks and a queen versus two rooks and a queen and a bishop and knight. So right now, black is definitely winning. So if white were to take this knight, pawn takes back, right? Rook would check, king goes up, and we get that other rook. And that would have been pretty nice, but it would have still been two rooks versus a bishop and queen, and a bishop and queen is still better. So let's just go on, and okay, so yeah, white only has one pawn, one tiny chance. Okay, we have a draw here. What happened? I think they just drawed, agreed on a draw. So takes, okay, takes, bishop, okay, takes, bishop check. Ooh, okay. So they blundered. So remember, they have the bishop pair. Bishop pair really strong. They take the pawn, we take the pawn. Takes, bishop goes up, rook. Okay, so, okay, that's okay. And they go in for the trade, and they draw it here. No clue why. No clue why. But, okay. Because, yeah, here it's winning for black. Because as soon as you take, right, this trade happens, and then black has this pawn. No, I mean, yeah, black can take that pawn. And it'll be two pawns versus two bishops. There's actually a way to checkmate with two bishops, but it's pretty hard. Okay, so oh yeah, so we were here. Pawn takes, pushes. Okay, so this is going okay. Pawn, queen, okay, so here we are at check. King goes up, because that's the only, because king is actually very dangerous, because then we have knight right there. So here, rook is looking nice. Rook down is looking nicer than king up, but it's not looking good for, yeah, mate in 7. So we'll see what this mate in 7 looks like. But I'm pretty sure the first move here is going to be that, and then king has to move to its only spot, which is here, or else queen takes. So if queen doesn't take and king goes there, or king goes here, there's moves like that, and that's checkmate. Or this is going to be checkmate real soon. But even this is going to be very close to checkmate, and you can do that too. Let's go to this one. Okay, so we have two rooks versus a couple pawns. So here, white has to try to go for the stalemate. They have to take, king takes back, and just push their pawns. Okay? Push their pawns, make it so that there is no move they can make at all. You have to try to kill all their moves. No more moves they want. No more. They don't want any more moves. Wow. My English is bad today. Okay. Wow. Okay, so let's go back here. Okay, so we have a checkmate here. Promotes, check, 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 checkmate. Okay, so that means there's only 2 games left on the board? Okay, so... Ooh, will they see it, though? There's actually a mate in 2. So, queen right there is mate. Actually, is it? Yeah, it's queen right there. Oh, I'm losing it. Okay, so bishop takes, rook takes, right? So now if king takes or bishop takes, no matter what happens, we have queen right there. Actually, it depends what happens, but if king takes, checkmate right there. Okay, so king takes. And this game is also over. So the games are almost all over. This was I think it was a resignation, and black wins. No, yeah, black wins. And game's over. Black wins on this one too. So yeah, that was the 5th round, I believe, and now we're into the last round. Wow, this has been much faster than we thought. I guess no one really used their time. But okay, let's go. Okay, so let's look at these games. So we have e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, casual. And let's see what they do here. So this is actually the last game. So bishop right here. So they opted for the Italian. Let's look at these other games. Okay, so same thing. Pawn takes, knight takes, d4. Okay, so let's look at this one. They still haven't gone through much. Ooh, we have that pawn in the center that's for free. And there hasn't been any moves played yet. 4 knights, and we've got... Okay, something happened here. So, oh, they're gonna go for something different. So take, knight. Okay. So, let's see what happens. So right now, white is definitely up. They just have to make sure they play their... Actually, they have to make sure they defend their king well. Okay, so they played d4, taking control of the center and blocking this, so now white can safely castle. Okay, so let's see what happened here. Okay, so they played a3, b4, and then they played their knight d5. Okay, and they traded. Takes with pawn. Bishop takes. What's going on? So here you actually just wanted to move your knight there. d5 would have been a nice spot for your knight, and this pawn is protected, so you don't have to worry about it. But d5. Okay, they keep on playing moves. Right now, it's looking much better for white because they're just up a piece. And queen takes, and they actually have this threat of pushing this pawn. But they can't do it right now, of course. Maybe they can try going things like this. But here, it's not looking good for black. Because with that, they open threats like this up. They still have check here, though. So they open threats like this up, but they have check. So let's go to the next game. Okay, so here, this is a tricky position, because as soon as this knight moves, right? Go for the checkmate. Queen comes in. Let me look at the position again. Oh, so watch this. 2 bishops, and we're actually up a knight on black side. For white though, it's possible. Right now they actually don't have any defenses on their queen, so this is probably going to be a queen trade. But you don't want a queen trade if you're white because you just don't have that much actual material to lose. Or actually, not that. I don't know. Let me fix that sentence. Here, you don't want to trade points because simplification actually hurts you. You want to try to go for the checkmate while you have points. But it's always possible for blunders, so we can wait. So castles, move their pawn to d5. So this is actually a free pawn. We have 3 attackers on it and only 1 defender. So this isn't the best move for black, but we'll see where this leads. Okay, so ooh, this is interesting. So black plays their knight to d4, thinking that white would probably take back, but they actually take the pawn instead, and they can't move their rook to d8, e8, or else we have bishop to f7, which actually attacks the king and the rook, which is not, and the rook is worth 5 points. So you basically get 6 points. Ooh, this is actually really nice. Okay, so you see how there's this pin? Basically, this pawn can't move at all. Because if it does, it'll be a legal move, right? And there's actually a spot you want to move this knight. If you move your knight to g6, you actually attack these two pieces. You attack the rook and the queen, and they cannot take back because they're being pinned. Because this pawn is being pinned. So yeah, that would have been a nice little puzzle there to find. And now it's not looking as good for white because it's actually more like a free pawn. But it's not necessarily a free pawn because if you do that, then the rook comes out. There's a lot of positional stuff going on. This is actually a free pawn too because we have 3 attackers again and there's only 1 defender. Okay, so let's look at what's happening here. So, oh wow, they actually didn't take this knight. And remember, you don't want to move this pawn up because then you actually create weaknesses. Okay, so they actually see it. The knight moves back. You don't want to move your knight back to where it was. Instead, you want to try to maneuver it. You want to try to move it there and then try to go to d4 and attack something else. Attack to attack again. It's pretty funny. Attack to attack again, or attack to like move your, or actually move your knight so that it can actually go somewhere else. You have to have like find a good spot for it. For example, for this one, maybe trying to get your knight back there to d4 would be a nice spot, or you can control most of the center. And then we're here. They're up 2 rooks and a bishop versus a rook. So this is definitely going to be winning for white. If king goes here, we have check. If king goes here, then there's still the ability to do that, and then some nice tactics with rook to b6, because then the king's only spot left would be a7. Okay, so let's go back. Let's see. Oh wow, what happened here? Okay, so there was some trading. Ooh, this was a blunder right here. So takes. Ooh, wait, here. So you actually want to play something different. So it kind of looks bad for white, but it's not. It's kind of bad. So here, bishop, knight right there would have given it a check, but you don't really get this piece. By taking that knight in the center, you actually take away like black's strongest piece, because that was the only other piece that was attacking. But you want to move your rook right there, because when you move your rook right there, you can advance your rook all the way to d2 and make it a really strong piece. And that's exactly what happened. No, the rook didn't happen. Okay, so let's continue. Here, queen. Okay, so rook comes out. They trade. Okay, you don't want to trade, especially when you have like a lot of pieces, like the attack power. You don't want to trade. So now it's going to be 2 rooks and a bishop versus a bunch of rooks, or 2 rooks. So let's see what happens. Slowly taking away the pieces. That's good. You want to try to take as many pieces as you can. Simplified. You don't want to simplify your position though. You don't want to try to get more material off the board or more points off the board, because it'll give black a lesser chance to win. Well, right now they have 2 pawns, or 3 pawns for the 1 bishop. So this is looking good for black. Let's see if black can. Ooh, they got another pawn. And if they take the last pawn, okay, so this is actually winning for black, because here the only way white can actually win this game is by taking this pawn. If black takes this pawn somehow or removes it from the game, then no way for black to win. No, I mean white to win. So let's see what happens. Takes. Okay, so right now black has a chance of winning and white cannot win. They can only go for a draw. So keep on pushing. Okay, so black's playing this pretty well. They keep on going. They push again. So here they have to play pawn up, and then they have that, and that's game. It's going to be a queen. and almost impossible. If they push one more time, though, okay, so yes, that's going to be very dangerous. Okay, so we have a end finish on this one. Akshaj takes the win against Tiger Boom. Here, Akshaj, okay, he had 2 rooks versus 1 rook, so it was a checkmate, 2 rook checkmate. And here, let's look at this game. Nigel takes the win against Daksh. I'm just going to say Daksh for now, because I don't have the best pronunciation. So, knight. Okay, so you take the pawn, and that's actually checkmate. It's such a weird checkmate, but here it makes sense because white had 3 pieces that were actually really strong, 2 minor pieces, and then 1 major piece. So this looks good for white, and they actually did get the win. Let's look at this game too. Oh, this game also ended. So black wins. So yes, K-Grox actually loses this round. I think this is the only round they lost throughout this whole tournament. So I wonder how the standings will be. We'll look at it as soon as these last games end. Okay, so here white wins with resignation because there's just there's no way for black to win this. The only thing they can hope for is a draw, but with 2 rooks it's probably not going to happen. And let's go back here. Here it's looking really right, even though white or black, I think. I'm getting my colors mixed up. Okay, so even though black has these 2 pieces for a rook, it's not looking good because they don't have enough pawns. It's going to be like a 7 pawns on 3 pawns. And here, yeah, that's it. Because now all they have to do is promote, and that's queen, and it's super difficult. 2 major pieces versus 2 minor pieces. Major pieces are probably going to win. Okay, let's look at here. Okay, so they actually haven't played much. This knight is still under attack, though. Okay. So the king moves 1 step. They don't actually castle. That actually becomes kind of dangerous because if they can somehow get the knight here, so if they can bring the knight here, it'll become really strong because it'll actually have this pin here. Like, this is triple attack. Ooh, this is very dangerous for white because then we have knight to g4. Bishop goes there instead. Okay. Not as dangerous, but still dangerous. Bishop goes up, or pawn goes up. Okay, so, so they go in for the counterattack. Oh, wait, what? Here, it would have been better to take the knight, because that way you would have actually taken one of the stronger pieces in the game, and you would have removed the defender of the bishop. Here you could have also actually taken the pawn, but you don't want to take the pawn first, because then we have this pin that goes on there. But, okay. So this is definitely looking not too good for white here, but white still has a chance. And black is definitely has the upper hand on this one, because they just have one whole bishop up, and this pawn, they basically take control of the center. Like, this gives control of the center a whole new meaning. It's like, it takes it almost literally. Okay, so let's go back. And we have a mate in 1. Oh, they didn't see the mate in 1. Right here, mate in 1 would have been queen to f5. That would basically, because these 2 pawns take away, those 2 pawns don't allow the king to go into those 2 areas, and every other spot the queen would attack. And it's protected by the rook, so. Okay, so let's continue this. Pawn takes maybe? But you do not want to take the pawn. If you're white, you do not want to take the pawn, because then you open this attack up. So now they can do a discovered attack with the bishop. And this is a lot of center control. So here, you see how cramped up white is here? Their pieces are doing like nothing right now. So white has to activate their pieces soon. Maybe rook there, but then they have pawn up, pawn up. It's just not looking good for white here. And okay, we're back at it again. Oh wait, no. I was just looking at the old position. Okay, so here you want to do. You want to do rook right there, right? And then if king goes there, then you just go rook right there. It doesn't matter. No matter what happens, you just want to go rook, king right there. Or you can just go right there, right there. There's a lot of ways to do.
Okay, so I actually lost battery, so I don't know if my voice sounds different or something. But we have checkmate on one board, two checkmate kind of deal, and we only have one match left. And this is actually the last match of the tournament. So let's see what happens. We'll look at the standings after this, and we'll see. So here, yeah, we have a check coming in while attacking the rook. So this is just not looking good for. It's not looking good for black. No, looking good for white. So takes. Queen has to take back. The thing is, if pawn takes back, pawn does not want to take back, or else we have a threat right there. So the audio might be glitchy because I switched my headphones because my other headphones just died. Okay, so here we have checkmate in one. Hello? Okay, so back. Okay, so here there's actually checkmate in one, but with all the repetitive checking happening, it's actually possible. It's gonna be really hard, but it's actually no, because check there, right? If queen takes, queen check right there. So there's a very slight chance that this might turn into a 3-move repetition if white plays it right, but it's a very small chance. Okay, so yes, the tournament's actually over. Akshay wins first place, K Rocks wins second place, and Tokawan wins third. So that was actually a really good tournament, guys. Well played by everyone that played. And all around GG. Type anyone GG in the chat, GG in the chat. You know, good game, good tournament, guys. Well played. So well played everyone. That's game over. This was actually our first tournament, so I hope you guys liked it. We're gonna try to do better next time. But yeah. So yeah, the winners were G, K Rock 649, and Toka1. I don't know who you guys are, and I don't know who second and third place is. I don't think I have you guys. I don't know your names, but we'll find out. And Ushage and K Rock, so you guys actually get T-shirts as your first place prize, first and second place prize. And we'll have more tournaments like this in the near future, so that'll be great. Just make sure to stay updated, and we'll see you in the next tournament. And if you have any feedback, let us know. Because there was some problems here and there, but we want to try to make the next one even better than the last one. Hopefully, we'll perfect this tournament thing that we're going to do, or that we're doing. So yeah, we might go. There might be a recording where we go over some of these games. We'll just see if we can. But everyone played well today. If you couldn't attend today, try to attend next time. We're gonna try to make it easier to attend next time. But remember, the only way you can attend these tournaments is if you actually play a couple games on chess.com. Okay, so yeah, I got the names. So Akshaj wins first place, and Krishang wins second place. So you guys are gonna get T-shirts as the prize, and we're gonna have more tournaments in the future. And I guess that's it. If you have any questions, any concerns, just let us know, and we'll see you in the next tournament. Or actually, classes start this week, so we'll see you then.